In the late 90s, Lisa Nicole Carson was the ultimate it girl. She was seen in projects like Jason's Lyric, Love Jones, and ER. And in 1997, she snagged the role of Renee Raddick in the award-winning legal drama Ally McBeal.
Judges don't like it when lawyers represent themselves. I want you to take this phone and get a hold of someone from your office. Now.
The future seemed bright for the curvaceous Brooklyn native who describes herself as a self-taught actress. But even though she had the talent, the good looks, a strong work ethic, and a bubbly personality, a mental health diagnosis affected her job opportunities and caused her to fade away from the entertainment industry.
But I had an episode in New York at a hotel, and it got leaked out to the press.
Before we get started, don't forget to grab something to eat at rrgsnacks.com, our online concession stand that has an assortment of brisket beef jerky, buffalo wing popcorn, and strawberry licorice. Okay, now let's get into today's video. In 1995, Quincy Jones handpicked her to star in his TV movie entitled Divas. Following her audition, Quincy said, "This girl has it." Lisa told Black Doctor website, "I could have fainted, and I have always cherished that memory." From there, she booked the role of Marty in Jason's Lyric, and the opportunities continued to pour in. She told Essence magazine she was so happy to be doing what she loved. She was always full of energy and would often be seen twirling around on sets in a state of bliss. In 1996, she was hired to play the role of Carla Reese on ER, and she brought the same high energy to that set as well. One of the show's producers, who had a family history of bipolar disorder, recognized some of the symptoms in Lisa's high-spirited moments, and he brought it to her attention. Lisa told Essence she had no idea what he was talking about, and she wasn't familiar with bipolar disorder, so she paid him no mind and continued on with her life. In 1997, she started working on Ally McBeal and split her time between working on that show and ER.
Are you going to continue to do both shows?
Yes, for as long as I can, as long as it's interesting to me.
Right.
Her schedule was jam-packed, and she thought she had everything under control. Sadly, that wasn't the case. She experienced her first psychotic breakdown in 1997 and told People magazine that during the next few years there were too many breakdowns to count.
If you are in the throes of a nervous breakdown or episode, they can get to be life or death situations pretty easily.
She managed to keep everything under wraps, but she was slowly unraveling. In January 2000, she was in New York visiting some family members. She booked a room at a hotel, and things took an unexpected turn. Lisa said she began yelling, throwing things, and crying. She was shattering glass all throughout her room and being so disruptive, the hotel staff called an ambulance. She was hospitalized in a psychiatric ward for a few weeks and was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, a chemical imbalance in the brain that can cause incredible highs and debilitating lows. Lisa said she was stunned, clueless, and in denial. Even her family members couldn't believe the diagnosis. Lisa told Black Doctor website she had a boyfriend at the time, and he was very understanding about what she was going through. Having his and her family's support meant everything to her. Although she was given medication to stabilize her moods, Lisa admitted she didn't take it. She just wanted to get back to her everyday life. She returned to Los Angeles and went back to work at Ally McBeal. But just a few weeks later, Star magazine leaked the news of her hospitalization. How did they even know about her medical crisis? Well, according to the tabloid magazine, Lisa called them from a payphone inside the psychiatric ward during her stay in the hospital. And what she told the magazine shocked her fans and the entertainment industry. Lisa told the Star magazine rep that on the night she got admitted, she had been drinking vodka and having a, quote, one-woman party in her New York hotel room. She added that she had been partying for 8 days straight and smoked some substances. And that's when things took a turn. Lisa told the magazine, "I smoked a joint that was laced with PCP. I think the joint may have triggered a collapse in my nervous system." Lisa said it was her mom who checked her into Lenox Hill Hospital on January 8, 2000, under the pseudonym Maggie Goodwin to maintain her privacy. Lisa went on to say she was drinking a lot of water to get everything out of her system. She also shared that she was uncertain about her future on Ally McBeal. After Starr ran the story, other press outlets jumped on it as well, including the New York Post, who ran the headline, "Ally Starr Went Psycho." Lisa told Essence magazine that seeing the press tear her apart was devastating. Her secret was out, and she had no choice but to address it head-on. She told People magazine her Ally McBeal castmates were so sweet and understanding. They put together a video for her and wished her well, but they were also very concerned. To prove to them and to herself that she had everything under control, Lisa said she worked harder on set than ever before. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. In 2001, she received a call that the show wasn't renewing her contract for the 5th and final season. Lisa said she was so upset she cried for a week straight. Even though the show didn't give her an explanation as to why they weren't bringing her back, she didn't harbor any ill will toward anyone. In the end, she just assumed the decision was based on her mental health diagnosis. She thought she'd be able to find work on another show, but no one would hire her. She told Centric's documentary series entitled Being that because her mental breakdown was all over the news, it affected her ability to land gigs, and she was essentially blackballed from the industry. With no one willing to hire her, she left Hollywood and moved back to New York City to be closer to her family. She told Black Doctor website she worked with different doctors in New York in an attempt to gain as much control over her life as possible and experimented with various treatments and medications. She suffered numerous breakdowns and told Oprah Where Are They Now she hit rock bottom 20 times. The worst breakdown occurred in 2004, which was 4 years after her hospitalization. In an interview with People magazine, she called it the most terrified she had ever been. Lisa added, "It was the closest everything came to collapsing for me." She decided that she was going to put everything else on the back burner and fight the mental disorder with everything she had. And thankfully, she was successful in finding the right mood stabilizers, which stopped the manic episodes. One of the benefits of taking time away from the industry was she was able to spend a lot of time with her mother before she passed away in 2011. Lisa told Essence magazine she fought through the grief with medication, prayer, music, and with her dog by her side. She returned to Hollywood in 2014 in an attempt to restart her career. She told Essence magazine she went on auditions and was handling rejection better than she did in the past. In April 2015, she was invited to join the Ally McBeal reunion for the TV Land Awards. Lisa said it was wonderful to get all dressed up and see everyone again. In 2017, Lisa landed the role of Ricky Bell's mother in the New Edition miniseries. That same year, she joined her Love Jones cast members on a panel to celebrate the film's 20th anniversary. But aside from that, Lisa has been relatively absent from show business. In one of her last interviews with People magazine, she said she hopes her story can help others. She said, "It's rare for someone who has something as severe as I've had to come out the other side, but I'd like to let people know that you can."